What's going on with my computer? Good morning. Not responding. Not responding. Really? You know, it is so amazing how things just go crazy. Everything is just crazy. But that's all right. I can be seen even if I can't see me or hear me. I hear computer. It just seemed to be doing its own thing. Things do that, and I'm all right with it. So let us begin. It is good to be here. It is so amazing that in spite of everything, we still go on. And it kind of fixes itself. So today's lesson, I want to define what my meaning of salvation is, because that's what this is all about. Salvation. That means not that I save you per se, who I am, and someone sees me and hears me, that they know that they can do. They can also be relieved from what society says sin is, or hell is, or disruption is, to learn how to see beyond that and still be happy, supposed to do as humans. And the more that I listen to A Course in Miracles over and over and over again, the more my understanding expands. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that, and of course we are in our review. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm known on Facebook as Minister RosaJ. I am known in the world every day. And it's been a challenge, to see and understand this. Above all affliction from your body and your mind. And no matter how much chaos, disruption I hear, I have to stay focused on the fact that this is truly just the world that man has created through their non-understanding of why we're here. And that brings me to the story that I heard in Fate by Robert Kiyosaki about the angels when God sent them down to earth, and what their mission was. And their mission was to bring heaven to earth. He gave us that right and that mission in Genesis. He said, name the world, create the world. And we did it. And a lot of the things that we name throughout what's going on. For everything that I have gone through has been a blessing, because I'm still here. Every illness, every situation that didn't feel good eventually turned into joy or a lesson to be learned. Salvation does not necessarily mean that I put my life on the line for everyone. And I guess you could say that the only time I don't show up is when illness has kind of taken its toll. Yeah, you got to get out of my own comfort zone. And it's been a challenge these last couple of weeks that are supposed to give me more information about my health situation. and they don't want to work. Right? So I must not be putting them on there. So I need some help. So I'm going to go to my educator and see what I'm doing wrong so that I can feel better, be better, and move better throughout my creator and source of all things. We say good morning, good God morning. We say thank you for the lessons we have learned. Thank you for helping us to overcome all angst and anxiety, all sadness. Thank you for giving us the understanding that we are not being attacked. No one can have that power over us unless we give it, Father. So I choose today, and I ask all who hear my voice to choose happiness and joy in spite of your sons and daughters. And you do guide us when we ask for help. Father God, so send us all that we need to have a great year, a great day in love and joy. Get out of our head trying to analyze someone else's selves. Father God, for we are your sons, just as Jesus Christ was your son, who made the decision to be who he was, to be you, incarnated right here on earth, even though folks wanted to get him, even though they crucified. And how apropos is it, Father, that at his last breath, he didn't ask for his salvation. He asked for others, for he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So I say this is the prayer today, that we forgive everyone for everything, because most of the time they are not aware of what they're doing. So we move in us that enlighten us, living and help someone else. Father, we ask for this in the mighty name of you, in the mighty name of ourselves, in the mighty name of your first sons, Adam and Jesus. Yes, yes. We say thank you, thank you. Send all the healing that needs to be healed. All those people who feel sick, feel lost. Bring them into the reality that they are never lost and they are never without you. For you are even in hell, just as you walk on this planet through us. We say amen, ashe, and so it is. Yes, yes. It's great to have you. I love the fact that you are definitely in this space, Danny. Thank you. I love this. Yeah, because we have to get out of our comfort zone, no matter whether we're talking about business or school or family. We have to give folks the benefit of the doubt to make our lives easy and effortless. Yes, ease and effort. That's what we want. Effortlessly going through this world. Truth. Show it to me, Lord. And then accept it. Yeah, acceptance is part of the process too. So today's lesson we're on is lesson 206, and it starts out saying, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. And we're going to review lesson 186. Salvation of the world depends on me. I'm his son, and I would give his gifts wherever he intends them to be. For I am not a body, I am free. I am as God created me. Yes. So I share these things out to get to give someone else another way of being in this world. Yes. So lesson 186. So we say it does. We name everything. That's what A Course in Miracles has taught us thus far. We give name and mission to whatever's going on in us, and we can choose happiness or we can choose sadness. We can choose pain or we can choose healing. It's up to us. and to move through it. Now, in my case, I must do what, or at least try and attempt to do as doctors say, do for my healing. The doctors also are sent here by God to help, to heal, to express. So, salvation of the world depends on me. Here is a statement that will one day own, but that which has been given to you. Salvation depends on me. It offers your acceptance of a part assigned to you without insisting on another role. It is the will of God is done on earth as well as heaven. It unites all wills on earth in heaven's plane to see and save the world. What is in heaven is in earth. We just have to pray. Thank you. Let us not fight our function. It has given us by which it will be perfectly accomplished. We have everything we need when we come here to create heaven on earth. We just have to remember it always, as much as we possibly can. All that we are asked to do is to accept our part in genuine humility and not deny it with self-deceiving arrogance that we are worthy. We are given this mission. We move in humility, not arrogance. And so many times, arrogance steps in our way. Oh, we know we the best. We can, but it doesn't make the world. It doesn't save the world or anyone else. It causes mostly when we move in arrogance and knowing all this to do. We have the strength to do. Our minds are suited perfect. Source, God, Allah, yes, overwhelmed until you see its meaning. All it says is that you and your Father still remembers you and offers you the perfect trust he holds in you, different in any way from what you are. What could humility request but this? Just be yourself. Ask yourself to show up as the Son of God. And what could arrogance deny with this? Today, we will not shrink from our assignment on the spacious ground that modestly is outraged, because we are most of the time outraged with the world, right? It is pride that would deny the call for God himself. We ask for his help. All false humility aside today, that we may listen to God's adequacies for the function he will offer us. We will be certain only that he knows our strengths, our wisdom, our holiness. And if he deems us worthy, so we are. But arrogance will judge otherwise. Arrogance. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I don't need no help, right? Arrogance. I don't need a team of people. I don't need to read all the time. I don't need to affirm who I am, the Son of God. Arrogance. There is no one way. Imprisonment, your plan to prove is false. It's brought you here. Accept the plan you did not. If God's voice assures you that salvation needs your part, and the arrogance must cling to the words, afraid to go beyond to experience which might affront their stance. Yet are the humble free to hear the word. Have you asked today, God, what is the plan today? What must I do? Allow me to hear you before I act. Arrogance makes an image of yourself that is real. It is this image which quells and toils and retreats in terror as the voice of God assures you that you have the strength, the wisdom, and the holiness to go beyond all images. You are not weak. You are not weak as the image of yourself. You are not arrogant and ignorant and hopeless. Sin cannot tarnish the truth in you. Oh God, that's who we are. That's a good way of putting it. The holy home of God. God is within us, right? Always, always with us. And so we find our peace. We will accept the function of God that God has given us for an illusions rest on the weird belief that we can make another for ourselves. Our self-made roles are shifting, thank you, God. And we seem to change from mourner to ecstatic bliss of love and loving. We can laugh or weep and greet the day with welcome or with tears. That's our choice. Our very beings to change as we experience thousands of shifts in moods and our emotion in hopelessness. Choose forgiveness. Choose love. This is our son. Is this the Son of God? Could he create such unstainable and call it son? He didn't create us to be weak. He who is changeless shares his attributes with his creation, us. All the images his son appears to have made has no effect on us unless we allow. They blow across his minds like wind sweeps leaves that form patterns instant, break apart to group again, scamper off, or like mirages seem above a desert, raised from dust, images that are not true. Is this the truth, God? These unclouded and serene. When you accept the function given you, the image that makes all conflicting goals and impermanent voyages to be vague, ambiguous. Who could be constant in his effort or direct his energies and concentrated drive towards goals like these, those images? We try to, but that's not us. The function which the world esteems are so uncertain that they change 10 times an hour. At their very most, they seem to be secure, but they're not. Oh, excuse me. What hope of gain can rest on goals like these? Things change unless we give meaning to the things outside of us, and we can't sustain it. It's always changing. We are limitless. We are unchanging. Once we seek the help and take on God's journey. In loving contrast, as the sun returns each morning to dispel the night, your truth gives given true you are truly given a function that stands out clear validity. It comes from the one who knows no error, and his voice of its message. They will not change the one you can attain. Your plan may be impossible, but God's plan can never fail because He is its source. He is the source. He is unchangeable. That means that as we are His image, so are we. We relate not just ourselves, but others. Do as God's voice directs. And if it asks a thing of you which seems impossible, remember who it is that asks and which is more likely to be right. The voice that speaks of art or a distorted image of yourself, confused, bewildered, inconsistent, unsure of everything. Isn't that who we are until we pick up the belief that God knows the answer? Until we become so secure that God has directed us, we will remain confused. Remember, open your heart, humble yourself, and know He has the answer. God remembers who you are and urges that you will now remember Him. His gentle voice is calling from the known to the unknown. He would comfort you, although He knows no sorrow. He would make a restitution, though He is coming already. He has thoughts which answer every need of His sons, every need you perceive, although He sees them not. For love must give, and what is given in His name takes no form. Most useful in the world of forms. It is unbounded. These are the forms which never can be deceived. Never. Forgiveness is a form of love, which as it is in heaven has no form. Yet, what is needed here is given here as it is needed. Forgiveness. I forgive you before it's needed. I forgive you when it's needed. In its form, you can fully function, even here. Although what love will mean to you when formlessness has been restored to you is greater still. Salvation of the world depends on you who can forgive. Such is your function. God, allow me to forgive so-and-so. Forgive Johnny for whatever he did, or forgive my mother and my father. Forgive my sisters Forgiveness is the way, and love is our function. I am RosaJ, doing it God's way each and every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. For when you forgive, it is salvation that is brought to you. Yes? Please share this out. Namaste. Make sure you please go to my YouTube channel, RosaJ TV, and subscribe. Subscribe to our Facebook group because this will be coming from there soon. It is a pleasure to serve. You guys have a great, great, glorious salvation day. Namaste. Well, my computer is moving with the release. So, it is not going off. You know what I want to do? Play some music. There it is. In the stream. I don't even know if it came on. Let's see.